pain meds. She should not be screaming in pain. I guess we'll see. Probably not, because this is a TV show and not everything is accurate. And yes, he brutally attacked her, but a couple of minutes later had no idea that he had done it. Made me well up a little bit. Whoa. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we are going to be reacting to another episode of Grey's Anatomy. This is an episode that I have seen before in the distant past, but it's been a minute, so I honestly don't remember anything that's in it. So, it'll be like it's new, kind of. Welcome back. We're gonna have so much fun. Let's get into it.
What is that? 2 fire trucks?
And 3 ambulances.
That's gotta be like a 4 or 5 car pileup.
$50 says the big rig's involved.
Hey, that's not a good idea.
Let's go, Corinne.
Screw it.
A bony deformity in the temporal region. 5-centimeter headlock.
Abdomen's clear.
Palpable pulses in all 4 extremities.
We've got mild pupillary asymmetry. We need to get a head CT. Let's page neuro.
Starting to regret taking that tour of the city today. No rain. Thought it was a good idea. I got more than I bargained for.
Dr. Wilson.
Well, you did hit your head pretty good, Lou, but we're gonna get you fixed up.
Wasn't my most graceful landing either. Visiting my sister. She and my kids on girls' day out. So I decided to go see the Space Needle. Now I'm seeing all kinds of needles. Yeah, it's corny, I know. Sorry. My daughters tell me I make the worst jokes.
How many kids do you have?
2. 10 and 6. And they are smart. That's when
Whoa. Oh, okay. What are we looking at? Come on, speak up.
Tonic-clonic seizure.
That's right. Let's roll them.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, what do we do now?
We wait for it to pass.
We wait for it to pass. It's going on too long. We need lorazepam. It's locked in pharma. Go, now. It's okay, Lou. I got you. Ooh, that was a big one.
Okay, so this man just had a grand mal seizure, a tonic-clonic seizure. It is likely because he's got a bleed in the brain, or a head bleed. That was why Meredith Grey was wanting a CT scan and was paging neurosurgery. When this man actually ends up waking up, he will likely be in a post-ictal state. And what that means, he's had a seizure and his brain is kind of recovering now. He's gonna be pretty out of it and pretty tired for a minute.
All right. Lou? Lou? You need to lay down. You shouldn't be up. Lou? Let's get back on the bed, Lou.
Coming through.
So this man, who was in a post-ictal state, meaning he just had a seizure, he was extremely confused. He tried to get up out of bed because he had no idea where he was, and he ended up brutally attacking the physician, Dr. Meredith Grey, that was in the room with him. I doubt he knew any of what was going on or what he was doing. Usually in post-ictal states, people don't remember what they did, what they said, or anything for a while after they've had a major seizure like this man had just had.
I need some help in here now!
Trauma panel
send blood for a cross match. Belly is soft.
Bruising on the left chest. Decreased breath sounds on the left.
Hard line is going in. Pulse ox is down to 88.
For trauma series, hook up those monitors.
You need a wide bore IV.
Get ortho here to add some left arm and leg films. One, two, three, easy. Okay, easy. All right, okay. All right, everybody back. Okay, all right, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Down. All right, easy. Hey, Meredith, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now,
We're here. What have we...
possible concussion. Head contusion.
Why aren't they giving her pain meds? She should not be screaming in pain. Usually in a trauma situation, you will still medicate the patient enough so that they're not screaming in pain. Likely what that was a PCA. What that is patient-controlled anesthesia. So she woke up, she was feeling a ton of pain, she pressed the button, and she was able to drift back off to not feel that pain anymore, which is fantastic. The other thing is her ears are still ringing. She clearly had some barotrauma, what they called it. So she had some trauma to the eardrums and to her inner ear that have contributed to her difficulty or complete hearing loss.
I want you to continue to I want you to continue to move your fingers while in the cast, and you will remain on weight bearing on your leg until we take the cast off.
Yeah, well, there's a little swelling in that left leg. It's probably local edema, but I've ordered a Doppler just to be safe. Anything else?
So they said there's a little bit of swelling in the leg, ordering a Doppler just in case. She has a cast on. Usually when they're looking for a DVT, you would actually compare calf circumference of one leg to the other to be able to get an idea of whether or not there's a DVT, a deep vein thrombosis. In this particular situation, you wouldn't know because Meredith is in a cast, so I'm not sure how they're going about this. On top of that, it's gonna be a lot harder to see images clearly with an ultrasound through a cast. So are they taking it off? I don't think so. I guess we'll see. Probably not, because this is a TV show and not everything is accurate.
Lou? Who's Lou?
The patient who attacked Meredith. I've been calling him something else.
Well, look, we don't have to go into that right now.
If she wants to know, tell her.
Okay. Lou suffered a severe epidural hematoma in the accident. It's what caused the seizure. We think he was in a post-ictal state when he attacked. After a few minutes, he woke up and had no idea what he had done. He had surgery and was discharged. He's doing fine. Lou has reached out. He has made a couple of requests to see you. I think he would just like to apologize.
It's okay.
She's kicking us out. Let's go.
This is such a tough situation. I see it and understand it from both sides. On one hand, Meredith is traumatized by this major attack that's taking months and months to heal from. On the other hand, this man had no idea what he was doing. He was in a post-ictal state, and yes, he brutally attacked her, but a couple of minutes later had no idea that he had done it. It's tough from both sides. I totally understand and support Meredith not wanting to see him, however, because really, he was her attacker, and this is a traumatic event, a hugely traumatic event for Meredith.
Forgiveness is a powerful thing, Meredith. Not only to make the other person feel good, but to heal you. You need to forgive her, Meredith. Forgive her for not being Derek. For being the wrong shepherd. Just enough to remind you of what's missing, but not enough to bring him back. That's not her fault. You need to forgive her. You don't have to like her. You don't have to love her. But forgive her. Okay? So you can forgive Blake for being in that room when a wrong decision cost you your husband. To forgive Derek for dying too soon. To forgive yourself for hating him for dying too soon. Let it go, Meredith. And forgive.
I'm so glad Richard is planting this seed of forgiveness. Meredith is holding so much anger, and I think it's culminated in this giant traumatic event. There's so much that's gone on for her. I now realize this is an episode that's post McDreamy being gone. And it's just so much to be dealing with. She has so much anger inside that she definitely would benefit from some therapy. I really believe that therapy is good for everybody, but especially in a case like this where she's dealt with so much trauma, this most recent one being a hugely physical trauma, she definitely needs to be able to talk to someone.
Hi, Dr. Gray. Lou. Thank you for meeting me. It's my wife, Joanne. Daughter, Kylie. Told you about her. Youngest. Really smart. That's my Ann. Have a seat, girls. You got kids? Right. Forgot you can't talk to Joe. I wanted to. I didn't know what I was doing. What I did to you. I didn't know. I would never hurt a woman. And I just want you to know that I'm sorry. Truly sorry.
That made me well up a little bit. Whoa. Okay, that's a lot. She's dealt with a huge trauma, and she's now interacting with her attacker and understanding just how much he didn't mean for that to happen. That's really big of her. It's something that we would want to do, of course, but I think in the face of trauma and even post-traumatic stress disorder, which I would expect her to experience after something like that, I can certainly understand if she were to get angry and just see his face and have flashbacks and be terrified because she's, been put back into that original situation that was absolutely terrifying. I'm proud of her for handling it the way that she did. That was so much and so emotional, and the acting is just top notch because I definitely almost cried just now for sure.
Don't let fear keep you quiet.
And the moon gave everything a magical glow, as if they were dancing on the Milky Way. Mommy! Yes.
You have a voice, so use it. Speak up. Raise your hands. Shout your answers. Make yourself heard. Whatever it takes, just find your voice. And when you do, I surrender. Fill the damn silence.
Wow, that was a really powerful episode. There was so much trauma that this one person has dealt with. They've alluded to multiple different traumas that she's experienced throughout the show. We know that this show can get a little cray with how much, airplane crashes and sinking ferry boats, I think, was one of them. Anyway, this was a much more kind of realistic portrayal of crazy things that can happen in medicine. And I think they did an excellent job with not going too overboard, but still making it pretty dramatic. There's a lot here. There's definitely going to be some PTSD that Meredith deals with. She may experience the hypervigilance and the other symptoms of PTSD and probably will need therapy. PSA, I believe everybody can use some therapy in their life. Talking to a counselor, talking to an impartial third party, I think is helpful for everybody. We all experience different traumas in our lives. Some are more extreme, like, an assault. Some are less physically extreme, but emotionally very extreme. And we all have things that we need to deal with. I think going to therapy is an absolutely wonderful way to actually work through a lot of those things that we just bury deep inside. So if you're struggling, if there's anyone you know that you feel like they are struggling, that you see that they are struggling, please reach out to someone, have them reach out to someone, talk to them, because all of us experience some sort of trauma in our lives. We can't really get through life without experiencing some sort of trauma. So it's really important to actually talk to someone, see a therapist. It can be helpful. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I had a wonderful time watching this very serious, very heavy episode of Grey's Anatomy, but I loved it. It was wonderful. I love watching this show. Total guilty pleasure, but I definitely love watching this show. So I had a great time. I hope you did too. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking this video down below, subscribing, and sticking around to see what else we have to talk about. Thanks so much again for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.